A head of state must not act contrary to the needs of his people. He must guide his country with the members of his government. He must share technocratic ideas and apply strong solutions to balance and ensure the future of his country. A democratic head of state cannot ignore his country. He cannot act alone in a democratic regime. Because democracy is the voice and decision of an entire nation that counts and governs in unity. It is the nation that decides in a true democracy. The head of state must act with honesty and fairness in his obligations towards his country. He must respect the ideas of his country and he must satisfy the demands of his country. This is the basic function of a head of state of a democratic nation. Violating the human values and democratic ideas of a country are part of an authoritarian drift in the application of power. The ideas of a constitutional democracy are the first foundations of a country's democracy. For example, we have the French democratic ideas and values, which are liberty, equality, fraternity. Very clearly and philosophically, capitalism is incompatible with the French values of the current republic. The world has never understood the meaning of nobility and its usefulness to the monarchy, royalty. The monarchy was not only a totalitarian regime. The monarchy represented the first organized and functional society in the history of ancient developed civilizations. Unlike tribes often had two important representatives in tribal communities. One was the leader and decision-maker. The other was the wise man and guide of the entire tribe. A king was not free. Just like his subjects at his side and at the head of the empire in ancient times, a king could not act without thinking. A king had the responsibility of his entire nation on his shoulders. In the monarchy of developed civilizations, there was an advisor, the king's personal employees, a military leader, talented warriors, messengers, healers, artists, a treasurer, and much more. And outside of this royal organization there was the entire nation of the kingdom that lived in peace. Very often the titles of nobility given by the king were for the reason of rewarding the talent of a person and of using this natural talent for the good of the entire kingdom. The ancient past has solid lessons to learn and to take as an example in case of particular crisis. Our era has some lessons to learn from the ancient past of the ancient human societies of the world. Our era has a lack of coherence and efficiency in all human practices, such as the archaism of the school system, the laws which improve very rarely, the trade which is sometimes abusive on many aspects. Legitimacy expressed through honesty in power must not be subject to any influence that harms the entire nation of a country. The honesty of decision-making power must be neutral. Each person who participates in the decision-making power of a country must have a necessary commitment and adequate utility. Yes, We have all lived in a regime of old age hierarchy since forever, but this old age hierarchy has become fragile in the West. Logically and naturally, the old age hierarchy should pass the baton to another hierarchy, which is that of wise youth. It is now over. Thank you all.